It's soap star Rebecca Budig and...
So this morning, Brooke and I were rehearsing, and I made a bad misstep and I tripped her. It seemed like an innocuous fall, but on the way down, I cut Brooke with my skate. I bladed her. It was a gusher. Blood everywhere. I felt terrible.
It's cut all the way through, like to the bone. I'm sure Johnny's feeling pretty bad, but I'm fine. I'm worried about him. I don't want him to be upset about it.
Still to come, Jonny Moseley, who's had a real tough time in rehearsal last night. He took 3 really hard falls and didn't manage to complete his program without wiping out. We'll see if he can do it tonight when he performs live. Stop the man who blew Jonny Weir away last week. But last night in rehearsals, he suffered 3 serious falls and never completed his performance. Can he do it tonight in front of the audience and on live TV? It's Olympic gold medal skier Jonny Moseley and his partner, Brooke Castile. Last week, Jonny and Brooke impressed the judges again.
I nailed it. I did that routine better than I've ever done it.
I was blown away.
So Johnny's been thrown into my world of skating for the last 6 weeks, and now it's my turn to figure out what his world is like.
You've never skied before, right?
Never.
So we're going up to Squaw Valley, which is the ski mountain I grew up skiing at.
Can you go ahead of me, please?
My coaching instruction is different. I let people actually go. I don't talk the whole time.
And I'm going to give Brooke some of her own medicine, and we're going to figure out once and for all if skiing is anything like skating.
You understand?
Yeah, you should talk to yourself on the ice, because that's exactly what I've been trying to get you to do.
Shut up for a second. God.
Now you know what it's like.
There you go. Good job. Perfect. Yeah!
This is so easy.
The whole point was to give her a taste of what I was going through with her, but she was really good, and it was kind of annoying, actually. All right, so we practice. We still have a routine to get through.
I love our routine for this week. It's a love story. It's forbidden love. It's going to be different for Johnny. I just don't know if he's going to be able to get that.
Okay, you don't look like you're gonna kiss me as much as you're like.
I'm gonna like.
You're like sticking your nose.
Okay,
like,
all right, I'll give you some love. My go-to is the smile. So for me to get into forbidden love and be sort of romantic and serious is gonna be a stretch.
That wasn't good. Your artistic needs to be unbelievable in this program. There's a couple of things that I think are going to be a struggle with him. He's, yes, an athlete, but he's not a performer.
You're on the wrong line. It's you.
Right now, it's kind of a problem having an emotional relationship on the ice. We need more time.
You don't have it.
Brooke's brave enough to get back on the ice tonight. As we know, these two have struggled with rehearsing their routine this week. Nothing undermines your confidence more than feeling underprepared going into a competition.
Come on, guys. Well done, Jonny. You completed the program without falling over. Yes. Okay, well done. Let's hear from the judges, starting with you, Jonny. Thank you very much, Jonny.
Thank you, Vernon. No, Jonny, that was insane beautiful. I loved it. I was in it with you the whole time. A little stumble on the jump, but otherwise, you improve every week, and that's something that none of the other skaters do. You come in here, you skate like a real skater. You fly around the ice. It's a good thing that you went out of the rink. That's how fast you're skating, how well you're skating. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you, Jonny. Dick? Dick, what do you see with Jonny's performance?
Forget it, pal. I'm sorry about that. Look, what I saw was that a really much improved expressiveness in your arms. When you were following these arm movements out, you followed them through. Now, I think that there's one point that you can still improve on, and that is your back and your posture. When you're skiing down and hitting moguls, your body is in a question mark curve. Make it look more like an exclamation point. Keep it back. Even if you're down in your knees, keep your back up. Remember that you look like Tom Cruise. Be a romantic leading man. Try to stop being so much of a gladiator and keep with it. You're doing really well. Keep it up.
Less Russell Crowe, more Tom Cruise. Very constructive advice. Thank you very much, Dick. Lorianne.
Well, that was romantic. It was emotional. It was vulnerable. I didn't know you had it in you. And the best part about it is that it felt like the story. It was a forbidden love. I felt like you were going and you were pulling and you were in a place that only you two belonged. Very well done on the story and the performance.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, judges. Jonny and Brooke will get their scores after the break. And still to come, we'll find out whether Brandon will be able to perform.
It's halfway through the show and Brandon's still not here. I'm really worried and scared that we're not going to be able to skate tonight. We've worked so hard and we had the program down and ready to go. And this is a complete bummer.
Plus, our own Olympic medal-winning commentator and her partner perform a spectacular routine on ice to celebrate the new film, The Chronicles of Narnia, The Voyage of the Dawn Treader. Welcome back to Skating with the Stars. Before the break, Jonny and Brooke's performance about forbidden love had the judges saying it was emotional and very romantic. Before we find out what that means in scores, here's Tanith.
And let's start out with taking a look at this beautiful dance lift. This is a lift that these two struggled with in rehearsals, but hit this position wonderfully tonight, moving through these rotations and a change of position, once again making their elements more difficult. And now moving into the only combination jump of the night. Unfortunately, both jumps had a 2-foot landing, so the judges will notice that in their technical mark. And guys, I don't know if I'm imagining this, but I feel like this entire traumatic incident today has maybe brought you closer together, and it showed in that love story. Do you feel like you have a better connection having gone through this?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you know, you spent a lot of time working together through the ups and the downs, and it was tough to hurt her. And but yeah, I think it's brought us closer together. And I thought that we had a really emotional routine out there, which was weird because I'm usually the technical guy, but I really felt like what we were going for was to convey the story, and that's what we did tonight.
And walk us through exactly what happened when Brooke had her injury today.
I took a step that I shouldn't have taken at the wrong time, which when you're skating this close, that, you know, even if you're a pro, I tripped her basically. And when I went down, basically when her hand was on the ground, I got it, I think, with my blade.
You stepped on it.
And ended up opening it up. And
how's that finger feeling right now, Brooke? How did it feel in that performance?
I didn't even think about it in the performance. It hurts. I mean, I've, got a bunch of stitches in there, but I mean, I wanted to do that for Jonny and skate for him, and that's what was most important.
Well, you mesmerized her. She didn't even feel it. Well, let's get your technical scores.
Will the judges please reveal their scores for technical merit? Lorianne Gibson.
8.
Jonny Weir.
9.
Dick Button.
7.
And that's a 24 for technical merit. That must feel pretty good after all you've been through today.
yeah, no, exactly. Trust me, this routine was really tough. It kind of upped the level. It was a little out of our league, and then we had the injuries. I mean, we're just happy to be here tonight and compete.
All right, well, let's see how this routine played out with your artistic impression scores.
And now the scores for artistic impression. Lorianne Gibson.
9.
Jonny Weir.
9.
James Button.
9.
That is a 27 for artistic impression. That brings your total to 51 out of 60, which puts you in first place. Congratulations, guys. How do you feel about being at the top of the leaderboard?
It's amazing. I mean, like, it's been a really crazy week, and I've just been exhausted. And a lot of the times, I just felt like we couldn't even get through the routine. So to have all our work be rewarded.
You got through it. You got more than through it. You did a great job. And if Jonny and Brooke get through tonight's elimination, and you want to see them advance in the competition, you have to vote. Lines open at the end of the show. Vernon?
Thank you, Tanit.